The playoffs! Ladies, we're finally here. Battlefield of Eternity. We are in the winner bracket. First round of the winner bracket. So we're starting with best of 3 matches into the X Cup Summer Playoffs. And then after we are leaving the first round, we have best of 5s and the grand final is a best of 7. So we're finally here. We're down to the top 8 teams in Europe right now. Battlefield of Eternity is our first map in the first best of 3 series. And again, there's 4,000 euros of prize money on the line. The teams have been playing through 10 qualifiers to make it into the top 8. And today in our first match, we get the Cats against Unleashed. The second match of the day is going to be Bang Bush against Team Ash, and then tomorrow on the second day of the playoffs we have Chili Mountain playing, we have Oxygen playing. So it should be a fantastic tournament once again. 4 days of Heroes of the Storm action, and it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, and while we're talking about amazing tournaments, one thing that I also want to point out once again, keep in mind, guys, that at the end of the year in October, we have an offline event also coming up. The Heroes International has been announced. If you haven't heard anything about it, then make sure that if you watch this on YouTube, you check out the description. I'll put a link in there for sure. We're going to have North American, Korean and European teams in Miami for a real Heroes of the Storm International Championship, and it's going to be pretty awesome. Also, if you want to support the event, make sure that you check out the GoFundMe. Our sponsors are going to match every donation that comes in so that we can get more casters in, that we can get all of the Korean teams flown in and cover their accommodation and their travel cost. And yeah, it's going to be a great event. But again, community support as usual would be appreciated there, of course, too. So definitely have a look and save the dates. There's open qualifiers. If you want to play with your team, you can do that too. But even if you just want to watch the show, you should be ready for that. Now we got Blazer, our first pick here in Battlefield of Eternity, and Brightwing and Urel. Now, quick note also, some of the teams are currently playing with a sub, and I think there's a couple of Smurf accounts involved too. Apparently, we're already a bit late with the start of the first map, and the reason is that some players had apparently real trouble logging into Battle.net, and sometimes that's solved by you logging in with a different account. And I think, especially on the side of Unleashed, they had to at least get 1 sub in, so there's that. We get Phoenix. Alright, Revan with the Phoenix pick here on Battlefield of Eternity. 2-lane map. So let's see what we're going to get from them here. Definitely not a pick that I expected. And if you go for Phoenix, I didn't really expect it this early. But of course, if your opponent knows what you're kind of aiming for, if you have a preference pick, then they can always try to ban that out. In this case, we get Garrosh eliminated. But what are we getting for the team on the left right now? That's the bigger question here. So let's have a bit of a look there. I'm actually currently a little bit curious if Valthonis is Drac here, because he has been drafting for the team, so he should be here. And I'm just now realizing that he's not here with his main account. So that's something to point out too. Varian gets banned. Alright, apparently Varian's that he can't screw with the shields of Phoenix. I highly doubt that this would have been the pick anyways, but now we got Genji. Yeah, I guess that's Struck here. And we have Ohornio taking Diablo. So the Octa right there. I don't really know, but every single time I see like Hornio, for me, like it's Horny Otter. It's definitely an Otter. So yeah. Either way, Lunara taken on the other side for Balderson. I can sympathize. We got Arabano and ETC for the final pick here. So there's actually a lot of stuns. ETC with the power slide. We got Blaze with the follow-up. And then we got a couple of slows from Lunara and from Phoenix, from Rhaegar. So Phoenix can capitalize on that. And there is Vala. There's my girl. Oh yeah, baby. Let's go. Battlefield of Eternity, everybody. Let's jump straight into map number 1 here in the winner bracket. First round of the winner bracket, the best of 3 series between Unleashed and the Cats. Game on! We got our first map, everybody. Let's get this show started. We got Captain Rex on Brightwing for the Cats here at the X Cup Summer Playoffs. We got Honio on Diablo, Medeldor on Urel. Erath is playing Vala, and Drak here on Genji. On the right side of the map, I score up on Blaze for Unleash. We get Aggressive on Rhaegar. Araban on ETC, Bolson on Lunara, and Revan is playing Phoenix. I mean, the strategy here is absolutely... I mean, the strategy is like quite obvious. When ETC goes moo, Phoenix is gonna go brrr, and then everybody dies. So that's probably the game plan here. Honestly, I don't think we're going to get that, but it sounds great in my head, so that's what we're running with for at least for now, until Phoenix then comes in on level 10 and just takes a salvo like everybody else. But either way, with that, we now have on our level 1, nothing really too crazy. Noteworthy that, of course, the arrow build's being played here for Vala, trying to get the extra damage in on the Immortal. Already pressure against Phoenix, and even Brightwing has to help out quite early. So, yeah, they're trying to bully ETC around a bit too. As the power slide, nice! And Vala is actually getting hit pretty hard by Lunara here too. So, they're getting pushed back very, very quickly here. Yeah. Actually, kind of like what Unleashed is currently doing here. I just wonder if Arabano in the long run with ETC is going to have what it takes to apply the pressure and not die. ETC is always a little bit of a double-edged sword. He's a fantastic hero if you have a great player on him and you land the power slides properly, but he can also be a bit of a liability since he is very, very low in HP. Heerath, look at him! Like, what the hell? No fucks given, that kid. He's just like, yep, vault forward. No hit points? Ah, no problem. Brightwing is gonna help me out, and if I die, I can always blame the healer. That's the game plan here. And I can appreciate that 100%. So, with that, we now have Heerath again taking a little bit of an ass kicking here, and they're getting really pressured back. That combo is working incredibly well for Unleashed right now. But with that, it seems like the red team is going to be the first one to walk away with the camp down at the bottom of the map. Genji, as you can see on the minimap, is already rotating topside to ensure that they can at least get one. But yeah, only 2 stacks also for Vala. There's the third. But that's not really a whole lot of stacking that we're currently getting from her. Now, of course, after the repeating arrow kicks in, things are going to change a bit. But you would like to get a little bit more here. And there we go. That's at least number 4, so we're working on it. Brightwing is just teleporting in and out since she needs to go straight in for the heals. And off we go. But there's the level 4, and look at that! The speed medal for ETC. Okay. And, well, at the same time, what are we having? Yep, the repeating arrow, so 5 stacks for Vala. Vala is obviously scaling really nicely into the late game. In the late game, you can, with Vala, very easily take an Immortal down by yourself, and you don't even need the rest of your team. They can either occupy the opponent or do whatever. And we'll see how it's going to play out for them in the long run. But with the first objective, that's the big question. Who locks that in? We haven't seen a single kill yet. Now, of course, there's a lot on the line here. There is a loser's bracket, by the way. So if you lose this match, you're not out of the tournament directly. You will drop down into the loser's bracket and get another chance to make it to the grand final, to the best of 7. And we'll see which team is going to end up there. But, well, as it stands, a little bit of a lead here for the red team. A desperate attempt to get a kill, and Icecop is in trouble, and he is dead. First one to fall. Brightwing dies too, which means that the blue team is now without a support for the remaining duration of this fight. And they've lost a lot already. Vala is stacking nicely, and I like that at least, because it's really going to help them in the long run, so they might be able to give the first one up and capitalize on it later. 11 stacks by now, and Vala's really murdering, but they need a lot more than that if they want to be successful here, and they're all low. Lunara is really dishing out the damage. 17,000 for Phoenix though. I mean, he's even higher than Lunara at this point. So that combo between the two of them is really doing work. And Revan is going to capitalize with this damage on all of the slows that we're seeing here. But Vala, again, she's working in those arrows, and in the late game, that's going to be fantastic for them. After level 7, when you got your Monster Hunter, it's going to be huge. Gets another double connect, so we're currently looking at 15 stacks already. Heerath at the beginning wasn't able to get too much done, but right now he's crushing it. And let's see what they're gonna do. Yeah, that misses the arrow though, so that's a bit unfortunate. Doesn't have Monster Hunter yet either. They will have to give the first one up. That's more or less a given. But let's see if they can at least... Yeah, they are limiting the shield quite significantly, so not too bad. And again, 15 stacks for Vala. That's not shabby. That's actually pretty good. 5 minutes into the game, that's something that you can build on. So by now we got Monster Hunter ready, and Vala can work around that. And then I want to see what's going to happen. If she can stack continuously like this, second objective, third objective should be a completely different ball game here. Yeah, there's already the first hit, there's the second hit. A little bit of RNG though with the minion wave, so it doesn't really burn the shield down as quickly as you probably hoped for. They're definitely going to lose some of the infrastructure topside. But as long as they're not losing any of their heroes, they're going to be fine. Kill for kill thus far in the game. Level 7, and Vala is still crushing this one. Alright, so they are going to maintain at least the structure topside. Menaldor, the love child of Mena and Khaldor, is now retreating too. And let's go. Vala, careful girl! Yeah, gets the stacks in at least. Oh, Lunara! Nearly dying. That was actually a really interesting interaction. First it was Lunara that was chasing Vala down, and then it was Genji and Vala that nearly got the kill on her. But yeah, they go for the camp, and it seems like they're gonna get it. Vala's at 17 stacks now. She's getting damage in here. A couple more hits. There's the auto attacks too. Arrow is missing though, a little bit too optimistic with that. And here's another hit. Okay, so Vala is going to do work later on in the game. The way that Heroes is playing is he's maybe a bit overly aggressive, but so far Unleashed has really failed to capitalize on these continuous vaults. I mean, the one thing that Vala does is she always uses the vault cooldown to make sure that she gets another arrow. That obviously takes one of the escape tools away from her as well, but it has worked out until now. And yeah, she's sitting at 19 stacks. 1 kill against Diablo. Now he'll be back, obviously. But Lunara is still poking this one out. But I gotta give it to the cats. They haven't really fallen that far behind here yet. It's half a level until level 10 for Unleashed, though. So they're actually doing fairly well. Unleashed is doing pretty okay here, I gotta admit. Personally, I had the cats pegged as the favorite for this particular series. But at least right now, Unleashed is doing way better than I thought they would. Can they maintain that throughout the rest of the game, though? There's level 10, so they might be able to force Blaze into the bunker. We'll see. Yeah, Ice Scope is a bit low. There's the bunker, alright, but they gotta get away from this one now. They don't have a level 10. ETC with a stage dive straight into their midst. Maybe a bit optimistic. And Vala, she's at 20 stacks now. So Vala's at 20 stacks, connects 1 arrow maybe. Yep, 1, 2. And as you can see, she is chunking this one quickly. The rest of the team is fighting, even with the APOC. Yeah, Vala coming in again. Gets another couple of arrows probably connected here soon. Slowly moving forward. 1 hit, 2 hits. Yeah, but only one of the arrows hit the target. Yeah, so she's currently at 21. And with Monster Hunter, she's immediately moving towards the top again. But there's also the camp top side that is currently attacking the fort, so that's a problem. That's the ult. That's not gonna do too much work though. And Vala again, she is murdering that Immortal, but they also need to deal with this or they're gonna lose their top fort. So there's so many moving pieces in this particular fight. With Vala burning down the Shaman, they can maybe save the fort, but yeah, close. Really close. And now the action is on the blue team's Immortal again. Vala with 21 stacks. It's just moving past him. She doesn't give a shit. Vala's just like, alright boys, alright, I'll take care of it. I'm going. Tell me later. And they're winning this one. Yeah, Vala's making it happen. Too much damage through this, so the objective goes to the blue team. But they're likely going to lose their top fort now. So I would assume that Phoenix or somebody else is going to take this out. This just doesn't have any hit points, so this is definitely going to fall. But the Immortal is also moving towards the top. So that's going to make all of this quite interesting as well. Maybe they are the first ones to take this down after all. Yeah, nice! 1 hit on Arabano. So we're at 22 stacks now for her. Let me check the damage real quickly. Vala's at 25,000 damage, but look at Lunara. 39k! 40,000 damage for Lunara and 33,000 for Phoenix. Those are quite solid numbers on the two of them. Now, Immortal damage is obviously a totally different ball game. And Heras, depending on how much he can get there towards the end, is going to make this an even better exchange. Oh, beautiful kill! Nice! Phoenix nearly dead, and then Diablo coming in for the final touches on this. Genji is a bit low, but Brightwing is ready for the heals, and the aggression continues. By now we got 28 stacks for Vala. Blaze is fighting this out at the bot lane with Urel, and there was a lot of pressure on that bottom fort. So not a single structure has been annihilated yet. And by the way, we're 10 minutes in and we've only seen 4 kills so far. Only 4 kills. But the cats are starting to get a little bit momentum now. The cats are all of a sudden in a position where they are pressuring structures on both lanes. Vala is stacking quite nicely. That's going to make this very beneficial for them in the long run. And of course, they're also hoping to take a few of the structures down, in particular the bot lane. But I guess the first 4 to fall should still be this one. I would be absolutely amazed if this doesn't get taken out yet. You want to annihilate that as quickly as you can, and there it is. So yes, this one's gone. Brightwing already moving away. Vala with the siphoning arrow here on level 13. And they're starting to... Oh, you see that? That's exactly the problem right there. If you vault all the time and then all of a sudden a stage dive hits you, then you are in trouble. But thankfully for them, the entire blue team was around, so that helped them to deal with the situation accordingly. But yes, this could have been a huge problem for Vala, and it got dicey there for just a second. But now the stacks keep coming as the arrows keep hitting. And big team fight with a nice Apocalypse. They're trying to go for Blaze and ETC. ETC goes down. Blaze is able to escape. The Salvo not able to do enough damage. And the Immortal is spawning in another 3 seconds. And that is going to be the Vala show right there. Way too much damage from her now with the 32 stacks that she has in Monster Hunter. So she can easily burn this one down. And the red team, of course, has very little chance of fighting for this objective in the first place, simply because they don't have their 5 heroes on the map. So they can't really do a whole lot with this. Instead, they need to try and protect their bottom fort as best they can. But that gives nearly 100% shield Immortal over to the cats. I mean, this is pretty much 100% on the shield. Very little removed by Unleashed. So, yeah, big hits over here. 3 kills to 2, but then again, they're trying to catch Diablo. They're attempting to turn it around. Immortal already on the ground. They're going straight up for those globes, and they get both of them. Going for the battle, going for the fight. Vala with another couple of hits, and especially our Bambi in the back is having some problems. So does ETC. The Zoo is about to go down. They go for Blaze again, and I don't think he's gonna get out of this one. Both of the frontliners are now gone. And the Immortal is just ruining the top fort. Easy hits right there. And yeah, this is just big. I told you, Phoenix should have gone for the big brrrr, but went for the salvo here. Yeah. But either way, what do we know? We got 53,000 for Lunara, 45,000 for Phoenix, but they are falling behind. In kills, in structures, in experience, level 16 talents are now available. Vala is sitting at 42,000, is now picking up Manticore. Has not died yet even once. And there's Lunara in trouble, and she's dead. ETC comes in, a lot of stuns now. But the salvo, is that going to be enough to get a kill? No, Ancestral had to be used to save ETC, and the keep is about to go down as Blaze falls, and they might get more than only the keep here. They might just go for the core at this point. With 3 heroes already removed from the map, it seems inevitable that the game is going to end here. That would be a miracle defense if Revan can somehow save this. But it's not likely. 37 stacks for Vala. She's starting to take over the top numbers here. The core is down to 50%. And this is game number 1. The Cats with the lead in this best of 3 series in the winner bracket of the X Cup Summer Playoffs. GG.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Tomb of the Spider Queen, map number 2. The Cats successful on the first map against their opponents. Yeah, Unleashed was off to a good start, and especially in the early game on the bot lane, they pressured the blue team a lot, but then as those fights started to center more around the objective, the team fights were a bit better coordinated by the Cats, and Vala also, she kept stacking very quickly and did a great job there. So as it stands, we are heading towards Tomb, and first pick, first ban was taken by Unleashed, which means that the map was chosen by the Cats. So yeah, they want to play here. And let's see if they have a couple of special picks for us. Probably not just yet, but yeah. Unleashed is waiting a long time for that first ban. I'm a little bit confused. Normally when you're heading into the second map, you have a bit of an idea of what you want to get rid of. So they are banning out Lucio. Definitely not a bad one, but every single time that I see a team hesitate for this long, I get a little bit suspicious. Now, on the other hand, they might have locked in Lucio already early and just wanted to buy a bit of time to just talk about what else they want to do during the ban phase. But now we got Hanzo taken care of. just starting to ban Overwatch, so that's fine. By the way, I don't really play Overwatch, I haven't really paid attention to it all that much, but I went into the Twitch game overview and I saw that Overwatch at a normal time of the day had 4,800 viewers, which is fucking nothing. Like, absolutely nothing. And I was just sitting there laughing. I was just like, this is just so unbelievably sad. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have no love for the game, but then at the same time, if you just barely manage to get a couple viewers more than StarCraft 2 has, with, you know, their golden goose, then, oh boy, the company's in trouble. Yeah, just please stay away from Heroes and leave it as is. That would be appreciated. Don't try to ruin it more. We got Khaldor on Blaze and we got Rhaegar. Okay, so the first pick was Johanna in this case. Therefore, a lot of AoE could interrupt also for potential turn-ins. So when you have the shield glare, you can do a lot with that. And here comes Leo together with Anduin. Yeah. Leo also again with that Star-Lord thingy. I actually forgot what the skin is called. Was it the Star-Lord skin? No, right? It's a little bit different. Was that Star-Lord Leoric? I can't remember. Star something. It's not his best skin. I mean, obviously you got the Genedan, you got the Ice Giant. That's all that you need for him. But, yeah, some people just have poor taste. So the Sergeant gets banned out. No hammer time here today. And, well, we got... It's kind of funny that Aggressive is going to play Anduin. An oxymoron right there. Genji gets actually banned. Genji gets banned by the one team where I would have thought that they would have an interest in picking him so that they can go for the light bomb combo, but nope. And what do we get from Octa? This is another map where you honestly could play Diablo. You get so many globes also when you're rotating between the lanes. One of the reasons why Johanna could go into the Laws of Hope if she wanted to. But they go for the double layer of defense with Tyrael and Blaze, a Sanctification plus a bunker. Now these days you have to be a little bit careful when you call that because we are seeing a lot more Judgment, which is in and of itself awesome. But I would assume that with this particular combo we are gonna get Sanctification. Revan is gonna show his one-trick pony skills and gonna once again bring it with Phoenix here. So let's see if we're gonna get a little bit of brrr this time, or if it's gonna be another salvo with Li Ming poking them down. But last and not least, what are we gonna get for Drak here? What is he gonna play here? Tomb of the Spider Queen is the second map. This is a best of 3 series. Again, we are in the first round of the winner bracket. After that, we're moving on into best of 5 territory. And we get the Witch Doctor. Alright. Nazeebo is in the house, everybody. Tomb of the Spider Queen is map number 2 in our series between Unleashed and the Cats. Let's go. The Witch Doctor is in the house. We got Nazeebo for the Cats with Hirath playing Sylvanas, Khaldor on Blaze, Honio on Tyrael, and Captain Rex on Rhaegar. On the right side of the map, Unleashed with Ice Corp on Leoric. We got Aggressive on Anduin, Rabano on Johanna, Bollison on Li Ming, and Revan is playing Phoenix. Alright, every single time I see a Nazeebo, I have to think about, look at the go. Look at the go. Not the same game, but again, I think some people here listening and watching this will definitely appreciate that. So, yeah, those were fun times too. Really, really liked that. Ding, 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 stun, 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 stun. Everybody dead. Some people are probably looking at this like, the hell is he talking about? But there will be a few that know exactly what I'm talking about, and they'll appreciate it. So, either way, we now got on level 1, we got the Force Armor over here. And, well, for one... No! No! Nazeebo! He's gone. The first one to fall. The Witch Doctor apparently cursed here. As we got down on the bot lane. Still a little bit of action against Ice Corp. Aggressive is also moving in. I mean, we'll see what exactly Nazeebo is going to be able to do here. Normally when you're going for Tomb of the Spider Queen, you're definitely aiming for the Violent Infection on level 20 because you have those waves so close together that you can get quite a bit of momentum here. I mean, the whole ball game is going to be like getting stacks, 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 and even a few more stacks. So, as it's done, the Ossen's renewal is already here. Arabano gets the first turn in, 11 gems. They're not risking any waste. But yeah, camp is taken on the left side. Cats currently doing their best, also allowing the Zebo to stack here in the middle. Not really a lot of being defended here. Top side also needs to be taken care of, and the pings are happening. Yep. And down to the bottom of the map. Ho 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 ho. Menelor nearly dying here, but the power of the money pig lets him survive here. Okay. Trying to go for Captain Rex, but they can't get the kill here either. A little bit of skirmishing at the beginning, but we have one team that went for a camp. Everybody else has neglected that. So only the camp in the middle is active on the map and could now be used to maybe take those towers down a notch or two. And we have full commitment here. Look at that. Charged blast after the force armor. Let's see how deep he's going to go with this. Rabano is still getting eaten here alive, but they're also going for Leo, and that's a kill. Leo activating the trade right there. Okay, so quick trade activation, 30 stacks by now for Nazebo. He also went into the big voodoo, and that is definitely going to boost his pool a lot as the game continues, as long as he's obviously going to get the stacks here. Currently still playing around the toads on level 1. And down. Alright, so for a moment they weren't quite sure if they need to abandon the camp or if they can continue taking it. Here comes Aggressive, double checking what's happening down here, but he's already a bit too late, so they can't fight for those siege shines anymore. Another camp that gets claimed by the cats. Nicely done. And gets very quickly stopped too. But again, it allows Nazebo to rotate between the lanes, and that's all that he needs to do for now. He's at 44 stacks already, which is definitely not shabby at the 3-minute mark, so that's exactly how you want this to play out. Just get as many as you can here. And with the toads, obviously, you can also get this done very, very, very quickly, which is pretty much the idea behind all of this now. So structural damage is also going to be pretty spectacular. If he gets close enough to any fort, wall, or maybe even later on the core, he's going to absolutely murder it. The wave clear on him is going to be fan-fucking-tastic. And on top of that, you got Sylvanas too, so the push power on this team is incredibly big. So, for now... Oh, Ice Corp, careful. Not again, my friend. Yeah, we need to keep him alive. Or at least they should. It's level 7. And that gives us, by now, the Purification. Both teams with level 7. We still get Calamity for Liming, by the way. And Nazebo doing his thing topside too. He's at 59, 60 stacks right now. Couple of gems as well. Is also going for the Toads, the synergy with the level 1 talent. And honestly, the longer this is just a stacking game, the better for the Nazebo team. I mean, let's be honest here. They are the ones that will capitalize on a drawn-out game because their late game is absolutely spectacular. At the end of the day, it's really up to Unleashed to apply some pressure here. 38 to 33 gems have been turned in by the teams. A little bit more aggression now in the middle of the map. But the situation is still very much the same. The longer this lasts, the better for the Cats. We have 66 stacks at the 5-minute mark for the blue team, and now on top of that, they also get the Web Weaver wave. And as you can tell, Nazebo is just stacking and stacking and stacking, and he is stacking quickly. And that's a huge problem, makes it harder to kill, and guarantees that they're going to get the viral infection damage in the late game. So unless Unleashed is starting to buckle up a little bit, they are going to be in for a very rough ride in the late game here. They need a few kills, and they also need a turn on their own. Yeah, again, here, look at the damage. It's just one round of Toads. That's all that you got to do there. Not even fully stacked or anything yet, but yeah, he is already crushing this. If they leave Nazebo alone... Look, you can't do that. You can't leave Nazebo alone here. He's going to rip you apart. And that's exactly what's going on. He's just unleashing one wave after another, and at the same time they're having Sylvanas push at the bottom of the map, so it's pretty much a two-pronged attack by them, where they're now aiming for Jojo, who barely gets away. Jojo gets away, but Nazebo is already stacking topside again, so this is actually disgusting. This is absolutely disgusting how much presence they have on these lanes when they have the objective. And Nazebo has now, while the camps are attacking, he has all the time in the world. He's starting to take the structures down even further. He has stacked more. He's at 91. There's a bit of a brawl going down at the bottom of the map. But Nazeebo is just moving from one lane to another. He gets those minion waves. He takes the structures down. They got level 10 by now as well. And things are just looking really good for the cats. And then... okay, he's not going to die to this. But just a moment I was like, well, maybe if they take him down and get those 27 gems. Maybe. But yeah. There's the Ravenous Spirit, so they got that one as well now. And Nazeebo has already destroyed parts of the top. Now he gets a few more toadies in and has 100 stacks. We're at the 6-7 minute mark. And he has 100 stacks already. Yeah, that's rough. Now, ooh, look at that. She's actually going for the laser. Disintegrate without an Anubarak on the other side. Whew. Don't see that every day. They go double laser. Yeah, apparently. No, they don't go double laser. Sorry, they're going purification salvo. So, yeah. Sanctification to save Tyrael. He's actually going to make it out. Arrow from Sylvanas and nearly a kill against Revan, but his Phoenix is still alive. So, yeah, good for him. And in the meantime, Nazeebo is again stacking. It's a little bit similar to what we've seen. It's not quite similar to what we've seen in Battlefield of Eternity, but let's not forget that in Battlefield of Eternity, one of the linchpin heroes that they were running was Vala, who also really... I mean, she really relied on her stacking abilities on the arrow to apply more pressure to the objective. And we see a similar situation right now, where the late game and Nazeebo are going to play a huge role. And he's easily able to help them out here again. He's still able to easily move away. Oh, Sylvanas, alright, a little bit of a distraction if anything. Tries to get the kill against Li Ming. Hireth is probably going to fall here, and yes, he does. That's only the third kill in this game. And during all of this, Nazeebo has moved in the mid lane again. Nice blessed shield. And he is getting out with the help of the bunker. Nice. And keeping him alive is, of course, super important. As long as he can do that, he can still continue his stacks, and that's all that he needs to do there. So, yep, is what it is. The turn is now coming, and our Arbano is trying, but he's going to be interrupted once again as Octa is coming in. Still has to be very careful himself now, though. But, yeah, Phoenix. Ooh, boy. Alright, so 118 stacks by now for Drake, and finally the red team with the turn-in. Now, as long as they don't get a kill, though, I think the defense is going to be very easy here. And that could have been a counter kill. Sylvanas has to jump out and does. For a moment, I thought she might be out of her utility. Not be able to get away here. But the bottom fort has now been destroyed. Meneltor had all the space and time in the world to deal with this. So he's even dealing with the web beavers. Has to retreat and slowly does that too. Should be able to escape here. Level 13 talents are also available for now, which means that we're seeing even more toads. Yeah, Guardian toads are in, and they're easily able to get away here, past the gate. Octa can also jump out. Sylvanas is dealing with the mid lane. Nazeebo is dealing with the top. Entomb not going to do enough for them here, I gotta say. And as you can see, this is an easy defense top side. No problem whatsoever for Nazeebo. Sylvanas has dealt with the Web Weaver in the mid lane, which means that the entire objective has been negated with nearly no damage done to the cats. They're currently playing a very coordinated game. 23 stacks also with the Ardent Restoration. Should probably highlight that too. So at this point, we got a pretty decent heal amount for Tyrael. We got the 140 stacks for Nazeebo. And yes, those toads are still doing a lot of work on the structures whenever they're hitting here. But he's playing it super safe. He's not really going too far out. Blue team has also another Web Weaver wave that is now coming into play. Especially with those siege giants that were just taken at the bottom of the map. This is going to matter. And yeah, Glass Cannon. Li Ming is going all out here. They feel they need to risk something. Yeah, that's a nice Entomb though, but the Sanctification is negating pretty much the entire play. And we got the bunker set next to it too. Nazeebo was ready with his ult as well, and is still playing this one out, as Web Beavers are marching through the bottom and the top lane in particular, and especially the bottom of the map is something that Unleashed should be concerned about, because they are now in the situation where we have catapults, siege giants, and Web Weavers pushing, so that's something you definitely need to take out as quickly as you possibly can. Sylvanas in the middle of the map, trying to take another fort down with the team, and Nazeebo is all alone up at the top. Also totally fine here, and they're losing structures all around. 1.5 levels behind Or at least close to. Top side, yep, Nazeebo doing work. And guys, look at his stacks. He's at 153 stacks now. He's 22 stacks away from hitting the threshold, and we're at level 15. 5 levels away from 20. No problems at all. So right now, they burn another lane down easily with just a few toads and the web beavers. Jojo trying to move in. That didn't work out properly either. And they broke the entire top wall. At the bottom of the map, similar picture. Mid lane, that's the only one that's still standing. And they still have 38 gems that they could turn in. Oh, no, 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 no. That's 30 gems that they're potentially losing here. They have to pick those up. Aggressive is picking up as much as he can. Jojo is dead too. Ravenous Spirit against Raven. And they are losing way too much. Down goes Li Ming. And just look how quickly they're going to take this one down now. They got Sylvanas here already. 4 heroes are dead. Only the Crybaby is alive. Leo will come back soon, but the Keep has absolutely no chance. At this point, we got the Soul Harvest for Nazeebo. He's at 163 stacks. And if they get a few more kills, they might even go for the core. And keep in mind, they got real good damage. But we're so early in the game that the death timers are just too low to realistically make a play for the game here. 5 kills to 2. Bot lane has to be dealt with as well. 169 stacks for Nazeebo. And you guessed it, they can go for the turn in now too. Yeah, it's a fantastic situation for the Cats. They're doing a great job here. They're looking really, really good with this. And what exactly can Unleashed do? I mean, what Unleashed really needs, they need a couple of kills. They need the kills, they need to deny a few gems to the opponent's team, and they desperately need to take a couple of structures down because they haven't taken a single fort yet. They haven't even scratched them. And they, of course, first and foremost, need level 16. That's the first thing that they need. In the damage output, Nazeebo's at 106,000 siege damage, not really focusing too much on the hero damage just yet. Rhaegar is already starting to deal with the top lane. Phoenix at 49,000 together with Sylvanas. Top damage in the game. And there's at least a turn-in available for Unleashed if they can turn those gems in. But yeah, Nazeebo and everybody else, they're absolutely crushing the top. Mirror Ball is in. Yeah, Tyrell is trying to slow this down a bit and distract them as best as he can. Doing a great job in allowing the team to take the boss, which they've now successfully done. And here is the completed quest for Nazeebo. Oh, he's actually already done. So yeah, 2 levels, and then he has Divine Infection. If he goes for it, doesn't upgrade his level 10. Oh, Wailing Arrow. Nearly a kill against Raven. I'm not even sure if this game is going to last this long, honestly. Because right now, it just feels like the Cat's on an absolute tear. These guys, they're taking Leo down. We get the top lane attacked. And off we go. Easy hits incoming against the top 4, the core. And if they get Nazeebo in a good spot, they might be able to get some core damage in. I'm not sure if they can end without killing a few more heroes, but they can definitely damage the core a little bit. All that Nazeebo has to do is get close enough for a few more toads, and there we are. Toads are coming in, and yep, that's it. So now the core is going to go down to roughly 70%. That's pretty decent for now. 6 kills to 2. Nazeebo with stacks, stacks, stacks. He's a monster. But they're trying to take him down. Maybe it's a little bit too late, but still. Yeah, moving in deep actually. He really wants this. But Li Ming is now paying for taking Glass Cannon. She's the first one to die. Leo has also realized that he's maybe a little bit outmatched here. The blue team is incredibly low, but so is every hero on the side of Unleashed. They're losing Leoric again. And the core is open. Half a level until 20. Yeah, and they're moving back. They're playing this safe. They have another turn in as well. So all they gotta do technically is wait for the turn in. But look at the bot lane. Double catapult on the keep. Minions as well. Oh yes, this is real problematic. And they're even stealing the camp away. So Raven, at least for now, is able to prevent the keep from falling. But of course not for much longer, because the web beavers are now going to touch ground again. And soon we got level 20. Also, the quest on level 1 for Nazeebo is nearly done now. He's at 38,000 damage. Starting into the last few team fights and starting to attack heroes really boosted that. And you know how quickly Nazeebo damage can explode after he takes his 20, and there it is. Vile Infection is in. He's at 38,000 damage right now. I think the game might end here, but we're definitely gonna keep a close eye on his damage output as he participates in these team fights now. Even the siege damage alone is probably just going to murder them. I mean, the Toads, once they're on the core, Keep at the bot lane's already gone. This looks like it's going to be an absolute disaster. The Zebo isn't even gonna have time to farm damage. Because, I mean, there's nothing to farm damage against. He only has a few more seconds left. Look how quickly that Keep disappears. It's just gone within a second, melting away like hot butter and cheese. So right now we got 43,000 damage from the Zebo already, but he's just focusing on the core, gets a bit in against Ice Scorp here. The core is just disappearing. I mean, it's literally just disappearing. It's like brrr, and then it's gone. 2-0 victory for the Cats. They move on to the winner bracket semifinal and send Unleash to the losers bracket.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.